So, welcome back. Yeah, this is going to be a shorter video, you know, basically just a mention of, you know, where I've been, which is here, you know, not dead, clearly, but I'm back on the ball, you know. Obviously, this was not a planned video. Yeah. Dropped the ball for a bit, but we're back. So there's going to be this video, another one that I recorded, and then hopefully later this week, which will be before this video comes out, I'll have recorded another one, because I really do want to get on this. I'm trying. Well, obviously, I'm still here, you know. But, yeah, trying to figure out like a more, I don't want to say authentic setup, but something that's more stable. I'm sure you guys have probably all noticed now that like most of my videos are not in the same place, despite the fact that they are all in the same room. So, you know, but I've got a much better camera right now. So I like hook up my camera to my laptop, because if I do that, it takes less space on the camera. Only because the last one I had, which wasn't good anyways, didn't have a lot of space on it. It had like, I want to say 20 gigabytes. This one has around 110. So I could still use just this one. But for some reason, I connected to the laptop. Despite the fact that it's the same quality, it takes way less space. So I've been doing that. So whenever you see me like looking off and there's a certain direction, it's like, yeah, it's me checking out, making sure that I'm still on angle, on screen, that kind of thing. Yeah. Right now it's over to my right, which is your guys' left. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, so here we are. I'm sorry, like, I try to take care of my skin, but I always feel like I'm not doing good enough. So seeing it right now, there's a certain amount of vanity taking over, despite the fact that my glasses are extremely dirty right now. Like, you might not be able to see them, but to the people who wear glasses, you know what it's like on the other side of these lenses. But yeah, so I have a energy plucking and pulling video coming up, and then a role play that I want to do. Well, a few of them, but I'm going to start with that one. Some more learn with me. Although, for anyone, if there is anyone that's like actually following this channel, I have switched from Duolingo to Pimsleur for my language learning app. I feel like it's a lot better. On one hand, Duolingo made you want to keep going because it had the whole like streak system. But when you're actually trying to learn, I'm just hoping that this microphone did not pick up that bus. But when you actually want to learn, Pimsleur is like way better, because the way they teach you, instead of teaching you very small things that don't really garner meaning until later, they teach you the basics by how you would use them if you were traveling. So the first lesson is like a conversation in Turkish is basically, "Hi, do you speak English?" "No, I don't speak English." Are you American? Yes, I am American. And it's like two more lines after that. But yeah, and then they teach you like, how that conversation looks from both sides, for both people. And obviously not in English, but in Turkish, from both people. And then what each of those individual words mean, and you sort of work through it. But it also attaches that like meaning and the phrasing of it, so you understand better what it's like when someone's asking you a question, as opposed to when Duolingo just hands me words. And they're around the same price, I think. I could be wrong. I hate the fact that every time I try to recommend something to somebody, it just low-key sounds like an ad. But that's just what it is. Everything costs money these days. But yeah, the other reason that I like Pimps are those you get to do other stuff while you're doing it. Like with Duolingo, you like timers and games and stuff. With Pimsleur, for instance, I play Warframe. Anybody here knows or has played Warframe, it can be very grindy. So you can just turn on a survival mission, slap on Pimsleur, and Warframe is like a secondary task that you're barely even paying attention to, getting your dailies done while learning. So it's a nice thing to have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In the coming weeks, expect to see more of me. And hopefully it stays that way. I'm not going to say for sure. Because it's not, I've never been like to a psychiatrist or anything. But sometimes I wonder, like, do I have bipolar depression? Because there are times where, like, I can be really motivated to do things. Like now, for instance, I worked out today. I'm doing this. I cleaned up a little. Obviously, I still got stuff on the top of my dresser. I mean, some of that has to stay there. Like the wire box, that's just all the wires. And then my medicine, but yeah. Other days, what else did I do today? I didn't cook. I'm broke. No food to cook. But I get paid in 2 days. That's all good. And I work in 5 days. So I will be eating tomorrow when I go to work. But yeah. Other days, I don't even feel like playing the game. Like I hop on. And the worst part is, everything's so time limited in games these days that when you have times like that, you miss out on stuff permanently. Like I've been logging in for the festival on Monster Hunter. And after the beginning of the festival, I was playing it. Then there was a point where I was just kind of logging in most days. Now it's the end of the festival. And I'm trying to get all these Orion tickets, which I did get today. But I do have Harvest Festival tickets to get for the Harvest gear, not the Dream Spell gear. But yeah. So, if I can keep this energy up tomorrow, I'll wake up, give me a quick workout before work, maybe play the game a little, do some reading and stuff. I have to up. So I have this app that I use for world building, and I'm not going to say what it is, because you guys will definitely feel like I'm just running a bunch of ads. And I don't even know what knows me, so it doesn't matter, but like, well, I can share it through the cloud between my phone and my Chromebook. And I've got to remember to do that today or tomorrow, at least before I leave for work, because I usually use it at work in my free time. And I've been forgetting lately, so I haven't been able to work on it when I'm at home. But this is also why I start to think I'm a little bipolar, because like, I also kind of want to learn how to play an instrument now. Two of them, actually. But then, probably 3 weeks from now, I'm not going to want to do anything. But also, what if it just happens to coincide with the fact that sometimes I have a terrible diet and sleep schedule? You know? So, well, in the coming weeks, I know what to look out for. How I'm eating and sleeping. But yeah, so. Part of me is like, that's way too much information for you guys. And then another part of me is like, there's some weirdos out there just like me, who are like, hey, I'm just here to listen. And I can respect that. But yeah, I don't know. See you guys next.